Hey guys, it's Ep28 and welcome back to episode 28 of my Liverpool career mode. On today's episode, we're going to be finishing off the January transfer window, hopefully in today's episode. Obviously not got too much longer left of the window. Got a game against Arsenal to play as well, so some big things to do. Hopefully going to be bringing in one or two more players potentially. We'll wait and see. We've got a big amount of budget still left. I think over £50 million still to spend if we choose to. And so it would make sense to maybe look at bringing in new players. But we'll just have to wait and see as we go through today's episode. Before we go any further though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. I'd really appreciate it. Getting closer now to 18,000 subscribers. And don't forget, this is, I think, about 24 hours left now to get the limited edition Game Face football tops. You can see them on screen right now. Link to that is in the top line of the description below. 24 hours left, and then they're gone forever, so you can go ahead and buy them if you choose to. Let's crack on with today's episode, and like I said, we've got a bit of the window still to go. Maybe looking at some signings coming in. Obviously, it's really difficult to know exactly where to strengthen in this team because we brought in Alexandro last episode. Pretty happy with that signing. I don't really want to replace Alexander-Arnold, and so we're really sort of struggling for replacements coming into this team. Although I have heard a few people mention they want me to sign a centre-back, or at least a better centre-back than Matip. A lot of people don't seem to like him, so it's tempting to maybe look for a replacement there. One name that has been mentioned for the centre-back position is Varane. Now, he's going to be very expensive. I think we're going to struggle to be able to bring him in, but I am certainly going to add him onto the shortlist, and we'll just wait and see what comes of the deal. I doubt anything's going to be able to be done here, to be honest, because his value is at £50 million, and obviously we don't have too much more than that. Maybe we could offer a player as part of the deal, but I still think we'd probably be a long way off Real Madrid's valuation of them. Yeah, release clause of £91 million, might get between 66 and 99 for him. I think we're going to struggle to be able to sign him up, but he would certainly be a good player to be able to try and bring maybe next season if we go into a third season. I'm not really too sure just yet. But yeah, certainly looking for areas to strengthen. It's just really tricky to know exactly where to spend the money and if we should actually spend this at all. It does seem a little bit of a waste not to use it. But at the same time, I don't want to bring in players for the sake of it. Okay, so I spent a little bit of time now looking at various different strikers I want to try and bring in. Now, this isn't to replace Firmino, this is to try and replace Origi, who's on the bench. He's 81 overall, obviously, Origi at the moment. I'm looking at maybe trying to replace him in this window if we can. A lot of names have been listed here. Suggested last episode, I think, was Balotelli. That'll be interesting bringing him back to the club, seeing how he gets on, 83 rated. And we'll wait and see exactly whether that one could be done. We could technically sign him on a pre-contract agreement to join us next season, which will be quite interesting. We've also got Moreno there as well, the potential one, former Real Madrid, now at Lyon. Correa there at Schalke. We've got Martinez also, who I actually think looks pretty good. 80 overall, looks quite fast, I think, if I remember correctly. Fairly fast as well, so I think he will be an interesting player for us, but it's just about what type of player we want on the bench, because we've got to have someone that's happy to stay on the bench and only play maybe 30% of games or something like that, and someone that doesn't really have aspirations to get in front of Firmino. So it's really difficult to know what sort of striker to go for. I think someone like Belotti wouldn't be happy on the bench, same with Immobile. Definitely Suarez wouldn't, but I was tempted to just look at him and maybe try and bring him back to the club. That one's going to be very difficult, especially not on the budget that we currently have. So we really are limited to, I think, Martinez, Correa, Moreno and Balotelli as the four strikers that we can probably sign. It's just that we can't sign Martinez. He's recently joined, so that restricts us down to Correa, Moreno and Balotelli. Okay, I'm going to rule out Correa on the basis that we've got him already in the Atletico Madrid career mode. I don't like to use the same players on two career modes, so he's also ruled out. Now it's a 50-50 between these two guys. I've not used this guy before. He does seem very fast. I'm not too sure whether he is actually left-footed or not, because the glitch says that the preferred foot is left foot. I'm not really too sure whether he is or not. I know Balotelli's certainly right-footed. He's also 6 foot Balotelli, which means 6'2", sorry, which means he's got a bit more of a height to him, which is obviously what Origi has as well. I think he's 6'1", but certainly would be interesting to bring him back to the club, and it would be on a cheaper deal as well. But I don't think we can actually buy him. We'd have to get him on a pre-contract deal, which means he'd come in next season anyway. I think we're just going to sign both of them, to be honest. We're going to sign Balotelli for next season. We'll see whether that deal can be agreed. And I think we're going to try and buy this guy from Lyon to replace Origi. I know this guy doesn't quite have the same physicality as Origi does, which is the only letdown, really. So maybe we keep Origi and just add this guy to the team. It's really difficult to know exactly what to do, but we'll start off by trying to sign Balotelli on a pre-contract deal so he joins us next season. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean we are going to a third season. We might not even go into a third season, so this deal might be pointless, but we'll wait and see anyway. And we'll just sign this. We'll just sign Balotelli right now. Important first-team player. He should accept. and we can try and get him into the club again. So we're going to submit 82 grand plus a signing on bonus of £1.1 million, and let's see what they say. It's not quite what we're looking for, but they're eager to join our club, and that means they will join next season. So Balotelli will join us ready for the new season if we do continue onto a third season as well. So curious to hear what you guys think about these deals. Obviously, I'm in a bit of a tricky position where I can't hear your feedback. It would be great if I could have done a poll and then next episode we signed them, but we are going to be leaving the window, I think, in this episode, so I don't really have too much choice. Now we're going to move on to signing the final guy, which I think we'll probably try and get in. I don't know whether Origi's going to be included as part of this deal or not. It really depends what Leon say to Origi, whether they're interested in him. We are going to take a look now and see whether they do want to do a player swap. We're going to chuck in Origi and see exactly what they say. Not interested, want a midfielder. No, there's no midfielders I'm interested in getting rid of, so we're just going to have to offer a transfer fee and hope that something can be agreed here. I've literally no idea what amount to pay, so we're just going to go above his value at 35 million. I could be overpaying, I could be underpaying, I've literally no idea, I didn't look at the amount. 49.9, okay, that's a massive amount of money for him. A lot of money, isn't it? Okay, let's go £40 million. I think they should accept it, and they'll come back to us and say they'll accept that. And that means we can go on to the contract negotiations. More money than I wanted to pay, but I think it's important to make sure you splash the cash on the right sort of players. And I think he is the right sort of guy that I'm after, really. So we're going to go with it. Hopefully get something sorted out now with the negotiations on his contract. Okay, so we're going to offer him 85 grand. We'll offer him a 5-year contract as well. We'll see what he says to that. Hopefully not too far away. He wants 91 and a goal bonus. Okay, it's a bit more than I was anticipating. We'll go with the 91 plus the signing on bonus, see what he says, and he will accept it. He joins us now for a £40 million fee, a lot of money, but I'm curious to see how he gets on in the team. It's a little bit of a risky one, this one, no doubt about it, but I just want to try and add it into the squad, and maybe that means Origi will leave by the end of the window. We'll have to wait and see what sort of offers come in for him, if any. We are certainly trying to improve the squad in all different positions. I'm keen to keep hold of Solanke. I think he provides us a bit more height, and he's also very young as well. For me, Origi, though, just doesn't quite offer what I'm after in that position, and I'm hoping that this new signing can offer us a little bit more. I'm going to try and get his pronunciation right. I'm going to go Mariano, I think is maybe how you pronounce his name. Not 100% sure, correct me if I am wrong. And to be honest, I think those will be the final two deals that we'll do in this window. Balotelli joining us, as well as another striker as well for this season. So it's a little bit all over the place at the moment, but we will figure out the squad eventually. And I think for now, at least, the squad's looking very healthy. We've managed to slim it down a little bit and also bring in some good quality players at the same time. I was supposed to be looking at getting in a new centre-back, but I've kind of decided against that for now, at least. We might bring one in if we do a third season or not, but I think for now I'm happy with Matip. Yes, he's not everyone's favourite centre-back, but I'm happy with him for now. And Shaqiri has been sold. Totally forgot about that deal, actually. That's from last episode. He goes to Arsenal, £23.5 million. We get added onto our budget there, just as we're about to play Arsenal. So, perfect timing for them. Not so good for us. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. And we now have £30 million in the budget again. So, do we bring someone else in? Okay, so on to this game now against Arsenal. This is the team we're going to go with. Alisson starts in goal. Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk and Alexandro in defence. We've got Henderson, Keita and Fekir in midfield, with Mane, Firmino and Salah as our front three. So quite clearly a very strong team here. Looking forward to this game. We've also got to bear in mind we have changed the difficulty last episode. Things are much more tricky for us here, so it's not necessarily going to be a walk in the park at all. And especially with Arsenal signing Shaqiri, we'll wait and see exactly whether he does start or not. I'm hoping he doesn't. I guess we'll wait and see. Okay, seems like Shaqiri might be starting by the looks of it. We see him warming up here in an Arsenal top. Just literally the day after he signs for them, so that could come back to bite us. I hope it doesn't. Guess we'll have to find out. Looks like a decent Arsenal attack though. They've got obviously Ozil, Lacazette in there, a few other names as well. I don't know whether Shaqiri is actually starting. Kingsley Coman as well, wow, very good attack. Yeah, Shaqiri does start for Arsenal here. No idea what position he's playing. It looks almost like a centre-mid position, but I'm not really too sure. That can't be right, but it does seem to be playing that position at the moment. Henderson coming forward, great play. Jordan Henderson to shoot, it's saved by the goalkeeper. Sandro charging forward, ball into Firmino. Firmino into Fekir, oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Such a good opportunity. Unfortunately, Fekir didn't quite get the finish right, and Arsenal have ridden their luck again there. We have started off the game very, very well here. Arsenal struggling at the moment to get out their own half, and we have kept the pressure on them really well. Firmino, ball through to Fekir, great chance to the heart of the defence. Oh, the save. Had to score that chance. Such a good opportunity. Through on goal, one-on-one with the keeper, and it's right at him once again. Easy save for him. Out for a corner. Henderson going to deliver into the box here. Going to try and pick out Matip or somebody else. Firmino's in there. This time Fekir scores, and it's Firmino with a flick on. Really good stuff. We've taken the lead. Quite rightly, we've had a great start to this game. 32 minutes in, we finally open up the scoring, and plenty of chances, but finally Fekir scores one of the easiest one of the lot. And just a little tap in there from a Firmino flick on, which was obviously very good at the front post for us. Great little flick on. No one was marking him. Firmino. Great pass. Oh, should be 2, but what a save from the keeper. He's kept it at 1-0, and he's kept it below 3-0 at the moment, to be honest. The goalkeeper's been incredible. Fekir should have a hat-trick at this point, but it's another fantastic save. The way he just dives across his goal there is unbelievable. And out for another corner, going to try and replicate the goal that we just scored a moment ago. And we nearly did as well, but Firmino this time having an attempt himself. That's it for the first half. Still won the game 1-0. Could quite easily be 3 at this point. Like I said before, Fekir has been denied a hat-trick really by the goalkeeper. Arsenal going forward being very quiet. Certainly no signs of Shaqiri getting anywhere near our goal. As you can see, 0 shots. And it's been all one-way traffic, which is very impressive considering the way that we obviously changed the difficulty last episode. We improved things for the opposition massively, and yet we still had 7 shots, 7 on target. Just 1 goal though. That's certainly going to be making things more difficult for us, by obviously improving the goalkeeper ability quite a lot, like we did. Beautiful play. Fekir still has it, still going. It's blocked. A chance for Mane. Oh, another save by the goalkeeper. Thought he was going to be given for offside at some point during that, but it wasn't. And Lacazette's coming off here. Aubameyang coming on. Just 8 minutes into the second half. Arsenal already making a change. Henderson going to deliver into the box. Van Dijk's in there, connects with it, but too far away from goal. Arsenal with a chance here. Have lost possession cheaply. Aubameyang with a good opportunity. Through to Ozil. First shot of the game. First goal. And they've equalised. As easy as that. You give away possession in a bad area and they capitalise. That's what happens when you change the difficulty and make things more tricky for yourself. First shot, first goal. And Ozil goes to celebrate with Arsene Wenger. Whew, okay, that's just made things a little bit more interesting. We've had loads of chances. We've been undone by 1 poor mistake. And that means now we've been punished. It's now 1-1. Chance here for Fekir, trying to get past Mustafi. Going to cut inside. Look for a finesse. Oh, such a good chance for what a save. Arsenal coming forward once again, looking for the 3rd shot. And they seem to get so dangerous when they're on the edge of the box like this. You just can't win it back off them. And oh my days, they've just hit the post or the bar somewhere. Anyway, it's, I think out for a goal kick. Pretty sure there's no touch. We're going to make a change here with 7 minutes to go. The game's gone so quickly that the change have kind of got away from me a little bit. We're going to bring on Mariano, or Marino, however you pronounce his name. And we're going to, I think, put him at centre second mid. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Fekir will drop back into centre mid. Sessegnon coming on as well. We'll take off Salah and Keita, and we'll see how that goes now. Obviously a little bit different in midfield there, but we're going to go with it. Try and push for that second goal with 7 minutes to go. I mean, quite clearly we deserved to be winning this game, but we didn't take our chance in the first half because of some great goalkeeping, and right now we're being punished for that. Is that it? Is that the end of the game? Oh, it is as well. Wow. That game went really quickly. No idea how it went so quickly or why it went so quickly, but it did. And that means that the change that I made didn't really touch the ball. So a bit disappointed. Those changes quite clearly came too late. But like I said, the game just passed me by, and we somehow find ourselves drawing the game 1-1. Quite clearly the stats show that we should win the game, but it's because we didn't take the chances and the keeper saved like 3 chances from Fekir. And we found ourselves with a 1-1 draw. That's what happens though, when you change the difficulty, you drop points, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be actually putting ourselves in a more difficult position, so we're going to have to accept it, take it on the chin, and move on to the next game. Transfer offer in here for Jordan Henderson from Schalke, £18.8 million. An interesting offer actually for our captain. I'm not interested in selling him, not interested in taking him out of the team right now either. He will certainly be in the first team until the end of the season, then we'll assess things if we do go into a 3rd season. For now we're going to reject that offer, no interest in getting rid of him. A couple of loan offers coming in, bit of a bizarre one here for Turney. He's obviously one of our left backs that is not getting all the game time, because obviously Sandro's starting now, but he's our 2nd choice left back, and so no interest in loaning him out. As for Danny Ward, he's our, I think, 3rd choice goalkeeper. I mean, I don't really want to loan him out once again, so we're going to reject that and just keep him at the club. More transfer offers coming in, this time for a player I'm actually interested in trying to sell. Sidibe to Southampton, £14.7 million. And I'm just going to go out and accept that because it's well above its value and what the board are saying. So we'll see what comes to that deal. Also bidding for Alexander-Arnold, this time Real Madrid coming in to sign him. No interest in getting rid of him. I'm really happy with him as our 1st choice right back. Sidibe, though, leaving could be a good one for us. Trying to get him out the door at the moment. Bidding for James Tarkowski as well, a player that wants to leave here. West Ham with the bid. Loads of bids flying in, which is incredible. It's great for us to be able to turn over the squad so quickly when we need to. Bidding for Tarkowski, it's tempting to get rid of him because he wants to leave. I think it would have to be at the right price though. I'm going to ask for about £30 million, 25, 30, somewhere in that region. So we'd certainly need a few more million added on to that price. We'll see what David Moyes says to this. We'll go with 28. If he walks out of the room, he walks out of the room, but we'll wait and see. 22.2, okay. See what he says to 26. He might be put off by that. Let's wait and find out. No, he agrees to £26 million. I'm happy to let Tarkowski go for that amount. Now I have to look for a replacement if that deal does happen, which I don't really think about. I know a lot of people actually did quite like me having him at the club, but I think when he wasn't playing like he was, I think you've got to try and move him on. He wasn't happy with not playing as well, and so I'd much rather try and bring in a starting centre-back now, and that maybe knocks my teeth out of the team. None of those deals get agreed though before this game against Chelsea, so we'll just go through the match without signing anybody else. We'll wait for the money to come in, and then we can look to try and bring another centre-back. I have put on the shortlist Koulibaly, who isn't linked to Liverpool in real life. He is, however, linked to the move away from Napoli. He's currently at Real Madrid on this, so I'll wait and see whether something does happen, but we'll have to play this game, I think, first of all, before we can get any deal done. Let's go into this game against Chelsea. Looking forward to the match. There's 7 points behind us. If they were to beat us, obviously they'd narrow that gap, and that would make things quite interesting between ourselves and Spurs as well. We are going to focus on trying to get a win, and I think we're just going to pick the exact same team. No need to make any changes. Happy with this side, happy with the bench as well. Let's go with it. Okay, here we go for another big game, this time against Chelsea. Looking forward to this match. It's an away game here against them in the league once again, and I want to try and get ourselves a victory in this game. We've got to be more clinical, got to make sure we don't allow them to take their chances, and yeah, let's just wait and see if we're able to do that. Tough match though, they've started off by passing it around pretty well. That for a ball into Fekir, chest down, shoots the scores, what a goal that is. Firmino sets him up perfectly. It's 1-0, we're taking the lead early on. Fekir gets the goal once again. What a signing he's been for us. And he continues to score, and it just seems like he just gets himself in those sort of positions. It's the sort of play we needed. When I said we were looking to try and sign him, I knew he'd fit in perfectly with this team. Just the way that he plays, and also the centre-attacking mid. You need those sort of players to run in behind the striker. He loves to do that, and he scored once again for us. Great finish. It's 1-0. Well played. Firmino charges down Ep28 here and wins it back. Still going Firmino. Good strength from him. Waiting for a cutback. Will he find one? Oh, finds Salah at the back post, and it's saved by Courtois. The angle's very tough there. Quite easily saved. Henderson into Firmino. Now looking at Fekir. Great touch once again. Fekir this time wide. We need the second goal. We can't continue missing our chances like we did before. Fekir this time on his weaker side misses the target. We should do better. Chelsea struggling to clear the lines here. Keita trying to create something, looking to Fekir. Fekir back to Keita. Great chance. Oh, needs it on his right foot. Oh, such a good opportunity of not taking it once again. If this keeps on happening, it'll just be a repeat of the Arsenal game. Mane charging forward again. This time looking for Fekir. Great chance of him. It's going to have to be on his right foot. Fekir shoots and scores. It's a second. Finally, we've done it. And we've doubled our lead. It's about time as well. I've had plenty of chances on goal here. 41 minutes in. Got the second goal against Chelsea. Very happy with that one. Gives us a better position now to go into the second half with that lead. And I hope that Chelsea don't come back into this game. Chelsea have yet to have a shot, so it's very similar to that game against Arsenal, other than the fact we've got the second goal this time round. And they've really struggled to get out of their defence, and we've just been piling on the pressure. That front four with Fekir and those three attackers have been absolutely incredible. Constant just pressing on them. It's incredible to watch. And hopefully that can continue into the second half as well. That's it for the first half. Still won the game 2-0. Very impressed. Really happy with that scoreline. We've managed to control Chelsea really from start to finish in that first half. So very good stuff. Let's crack on the second half straight away. Okay, all three changes now. About 25 or 30 minutes left of this game. Similar changes. This time also Chamberlain coming on though. Mariano coming on once again. Session coming on as well. Keita coming off. Fekir and Salah also coming off as well. And we'll go with that. So we'll see how we get on. Wanting to obviously try out our new signing a little bit better now. Central attacking mid. He'll play up front, I think, in the next game against Bournemouth in the Cup, where we are currently at 1-1. So we need some goals in that game. Hopefully he can show us what he can do with the remaining 30 minutes of this match. Mane cutting inside, waiting for a chance to cross into the back post here. Great chance for Session. What a save. And I don't think it's offside either, is it? It's out for a corner. Jordan Henderson now to deliver. Look for that third goal still. Great ball in. Oof. That's a hell of a clash in the box there. It's going to be out for another corner. Going to try and get it into another dangerous position. Henderson to deliver once again. Van Dijk's in there. Great connection with that bullet header. Unfortunately, probably a little bit too far away and right to the goalkeeper. Great chance here. Mane across the box. It's a nice little tap in. Session scores 3-0. Very, very easy goal for us there. Mane just gets around the outside of them and to the byline. Great little cutback, and Session not really marked properly in between two defenders. Little tap in for the substitutes, and it's now 3-0. Chelsea have really struggled offensively, and offensively haven't looked great, so not really good combination. Kante going forward, looking to try and do something here, getting in a bit of a bizarre position, but winning a corner. Hazard to deliver. Strange corner as well as that one. It's a bit of an outswinger, and yeah, don't really know what the aim of that was. That's it, finishes 3-0, really impressed with that result, very happy with the performance as well as the scoreline, and we really showed Chelsea up in that game. We showed our quality, quite rightly win the match. Good to bounce back, obviously, from a disappointing draw against Arsenal where you felt we should have won. We have this time actually won based on the performance, which was very similar to the Arsenal game. We get ourselves 3 points and hopefully should increase our lead over the opposition teams around us. Certainly will do over Chelsea. Great play at times. That ball into Fekir there, chest down, great finish. And 3-0. So, yeah, really happy with the scoreline. As you can see, 2 shots for Chelsea, not so great from them. We only had 8 and 4 on target, so we're just very clinical, really. Okay, let's do some player drills here, trying to encourage players to go up and overall this week, and it's Alexander-Arnold and Sanchez once again. Sanchez flying up on the stats, not quite a 64 overall just yet, but we are going to continue to train him up, and he should be just a week or 2 away from going up to 64 overall. And let's see if we can get these deals done before we end today's episode. Sidibe goes to Southampton, £12 million from that deal, fantastic news. Bid in from Bayern for Oxlade-Chamberlain. No interest in getting rid of him, really happy with him in the team. I appreciate not getting loads of starting opportunities. He will, though, I think, in this next game against Bournemouth, starting in front of Jordan Henderson. And probably rotate between those 2 guys in there, as well as Keita as well, of course, we have to think about. I don't actually know that we're going to have time for this game against Bournemouth. I want to play it, and so I don't think we will have enough time in today's episode. A lot more transfer business to be done in this episode than I expected. So, unfortunately, I don't think we'll have time for that 3rd game. We will, like I say, play next episode. Let's see if we can get the other deal done. Saying that, John Flanagan transfer for approach made from Fulham. That deal could happen. That'll be on a pre-contract agreement for the end of the season. We'll wait and see what comes of that, and that'll be interesting as well with us playing Fulham in a few days. Tarkowski gets sold as well. He goes to West Ham, £21 million add on to the budget. Happy to get him out the door in some ways, also disappointed in other ways, because I was pretty happy with him as a signing, but if you're not playing him, then he's going to get too annoyed, and he was wanting to leave, so we have sold him in the end, and reluctantly sold him, I'd say. Bidding for Van Dijk, certainly a player of no interest in getting rid of. He's great in the box for us, causes the opposition so many issues, and so he'll be staying with us. But before we end the episode, I want to try and sort out a centre-back. I obviously know we've got De Ligt that we've got, who can play in that position. Matip, Van Dijk. Also, we've got Gomez as well. And I think Gomez is going to be my backup right back now that Sidibe's gone, so we do need to bring another centre-back. Who we bring in, I'm not really too sure. Koulibaly's, I think, going to be my first player I'm going to go towards, but we'll wait and see whether a deal is possible there. Yeah, I think we're going to go for Koulibaly between 49.2 and 73.7, release clause of £81 million as well. Approach to buy, obviously we don't have the amount of money to pay his release clause. We have about 60, 63, so we should be able to sign him really. It just depends exactly how much Madrid are wanting and whether they walk out the room with my initial offer here. Let's wait and find out. We're going to go £45 million, quite a steep offer to begin with. I imagine they're going to want around 50 or 60 for him. Let's see. Wow, okay. 67.8. Okay, bit more than I was anticipating. We're going to go, I think, 52, which is quite a steep increase from 40. So we're going to go 52 now. This should be fairly happy with that. Come on. No movement at all? Wow. We'll go £55 million. Surely we've got to be somewhere near. Come on. No, they're going to take some time to think about it. That's the last thing that we wanted. 55, I think, was a good offer as well. Disappointed by that. Usually when they stall it, it means they're going to reject it. It has on the odd occasion meant that they have accepted it, so we won't lose all hope, but certainly seems like it's unlikely to happen. And if they do reject it, then we have to wait a week to sign him again. A week's time, we're out of the transfer window. So, yeah, disappointing. Looks unlikely that deal's going to happen. But a bit of positive news. That does mean that we just leave the door open to your suggestions now in this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Who should I sign for the centre-back position? Should that player be ahead of Matip in the starting lineup? Should it just be a bench player? Should there be a reserve player? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We have £60 million to spend if we choose. We've seen Varane's going to be too expensive for us, so it can't be him. It's got to be other options. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, let me know your thoughts on other things in today's episode as well. Whether I should sign other players, whether you're happy with the signings that I brought in, whether you didn't like the signings, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 100 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at GameFaceHD. Links to all that in the description below, as is the top line in the description for the limited edition football shirts. You can still purchase them for 24 more hours. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.